There's a lot of people who've been doing a lot of bad things to me for a lot of years. I've been trying to let you know what's going on. Today on my Facebook, I posted up just a tiny portion of what I've been going through. I posted up a video of a lady named Jamie who was punched in the head in the video, actual evidence. There's a lot more to it than that. That's just here in Oregon. Dude, since over a year before Natalie was killed, I've been threatened, harassed, and stalked almost everywhere I've gone. Some of the places I haven't been there long enough to have to deal with that, but here's the thing. If you want to say that nobody's going to listen to you because of your record, keep in mind that Ted Bollinger raped his own daughter, and they listened to him. Okay? This dude is a multiple-time felon who keeps getting busted with meth and fucking illegal firearms. There's evidence in there of police intimidation, how they were verbally aggressive with me repeatedly as an intimidation tactic. Also, how repeatedly, when I had called 911 about my predators, especially if those predators were in law enforcement, they would send law enforcement out there to threaten, harass, or intimidate me, up to and including having the very officer I was trying to turn in and telling them there was a safety issue and a safety risk with, repeatedly telling them both on the phone and in person. And what did they do? Kept on sending exactly that officer, making it so that I was threatened, harassed, and intimidated repeatedly by those officers, and how the other officers and dispatch assisted them in it. I know you said you were talking to some folks in jail about me, but here's the thing, Smoky, I need you to tell the world who I am, who I was before all this. I also want you to look at how loud I am screaming, how hard I have tried to get heard all these years, Smoky. It ain't just you. It ain't just you. When you say you're a bad friend and you're sorry for being a bad friend, you know, you can speak up now. There's a lot of people who tell me things like, oh, well, I wasn't there. I know you weren't there. My predators weren't there either. Many of them, of course, their words were heard, even though they weren't there. And although I was, my words were not. Although I have an abundance of evidence, I was repeatedly threatened, harassed, and intimidated by Boulder Police Department and other departments across the state of Colorado and Nebraska. Chesapeake, Virginia sucked. There's a lot of this, dude. The stuff I posted up on my posted up on my Facebook for you to look at. I'm going to tag you in all of it. That's just a tiny portion of the last 2 months of me running around like a chicken with my head cut off. I lost my disability money because I couldn't find a place to actually settle where I wasn't abused. I mean, dude, there's so much with the police that I have recorded on this thing right here, a little audio recording device. It's difficult to get everything done to make it so the audio recording device goes to the computer, especially when I have physical disabilities that make it hell to do this. I got to dig through a vehicle that I live in that without my disability money, I have to beg for the money to pay my insurance. And between speaking up and focusing just on the insurance, people would rather focus on the stuff that costs money. Let's get the word out. Let's show the truth. I mean, I've been trying to forward the evidence to anybody who actually gives a shit, or pretends to, rather. And I've been duped by a lot of people. Between you, who knows me in person, and who I am in person, and what I did in person, and people who don't know me, who are just listening to Web Sleuth Group after Web Sleuth Group, man, I could post those up all day. just one after the other. The most recent one's made just a few days ago. I mean, dude, Natalie was shot in the head in 2017. I'm still going through this. I mean, there's evidence from my own sister on the very phone I'm using, the text messages between her and I. But I also posted them up on YouTube for you guys to see. And I posted it to my Facebook, and I hope you guys will see it. And when I message you and you guys, I need your words. I need you to speak up for me as much as possible on your Facebook, on your YouTube. Help make calls with me whenever you can. Whenever you can make time, please actually help Smoky. Look at all of the evidence of people that I went to for help or who offered to help, that after offering to help, they told me they couldn't help because their friends and family were threatened or because their lives were threatened. Look at the situation between Natalie and I. Look at our actual messages between each other. The situation is they sold it to the public, to the media, to the police, and the fact that I've been denied my rights through all of this because nobody cares if there's nobody who speaks up. Smoky, I need help. I'm not the same person I used to be. I am fucking scared shitless all the time for my loved ones and for myself. I'm most afraid for my evidence because once it's gone, I can't show the truth anymore. I need help showing the truth, Smoky. Please call me and listen to me and understand I record everything. I record it for my own safety. I record it so that I can prove that I was making the effort. Because the cops repeatedly lied to me, lied to the public, lied to the courts. The stuff that I had to go through in Chapel, Nebraska, dude, oh my God, you've got no idea. And I get that you were in jail. Dude, I was sent to prison and repeatedly assaulted in the prison by guards who thought they would get away with it because they were told I was schizophrenic and delusional. Then the doctors there said, well, he's actually not schizophrenic or delusional. I don't know why we were told that. And of course, that's a scary situation for those prison guards. State of Nebraska, they have something that's called the County Safekeep Program. I was trying to turn in Scott DaCosta over his role in covering up the wrongdoing of Dual County. Is there any good ones in here? Dude, people telling me they're bad friends. I got that out of Ariana about a week ago, I suppose. Ariana saying, I'm sorry, I'm a bad friend. There's a lady named Mandy Hughes who said, I'm sorry, I'm a bad friend. And Mandy Singer, too. She said, I'm sorry, I'm a bad friend. Well, you don't have to be bad friends. You can speak up now. You can tell the truth now. Please do. But also, you notice my predators are still active, not only in real life, but also on my YouTube channel. I am often kicking trolls off of here. Some of them whom are, well, web sleuth nut jobs, wannabe Christians like Bill Jensen. And I have to deal with these people every day. I have to deal with the harassment by them every day. Even if I'm not on the internet, I have to worry about people abusing me over this slander and over what was done to prevent me from showing evidence or facing my accusers. Repeatedly having false charges pressed on me. And then they drop the charges so that, of course, that evidence is never shown in court. I never get an actual day in court. They've dropped the charges after insinuating to the American public. And dude, you have no idea how big of a cult following this situation with Natalie has. It's in a lot of different languages. A lot of different languages. French, German, Indonesian, Hindi, sorry. It's in Portuguese. It's in Spanish. And of course, the courts try to pretend that that's farcical, that those things aren't happening. So that's why I'm tagging your name in the evidence, Smoky. Just some of the evidence of the stuff that's happened recently. And here in Tillamook, it's real bad. I am shaking because it's getting chilly, and because I am scared, I have nowhere to go. I have no income. My birthday was the 18th of this month, and it was probably one of the only not completely shitty birthdays that I've had. There's a situation here in Tillamook with a lady named Molly, and my God, she is fucking nuts. And there's also a guy here, his name is, hold on a second, Robert Farnick, I think. Dude, I'm in a bad way. When I say I need help, I need help. People have been threatening to kill me, assaulting me, threatening to kill my friends and family since well before Natalie was ever killed. And that was the fucking problem. If that wasn't going on, I wouldn't have had anything to fucking bitch about. And then people pretend that I'm taking the abuse because I bitched about it. Oh, I deserve the abuse because I spoke out about the abuse. Dude, you know me. And that's the sad thing about all of you, is that I stuck up for all of you. I defended all of you, and you fucking know it. When you needed a blanket, I got one. When you needed a warm place in Starbucks, if I had enough money to fucking pay for you to have a coffee to go in there, you know I did. Smoky, I got a lot of this stuff. I mean, I got police in Rawlins, Wyoming. I got evidence of this shit nationwide of how we are treated. I have actually recorded it. And a lot of our friends, our mutual friends, hate me for it. But dude, I need you to call me. I need you to understand that I'm gonna record it. I do plan on putting it on YouTube because, dude, we can't hide the truth and expect the world to change. If you want to be a good friend, you can be a good friend to me right now. Out by speaking up about who I was before all of this. I mean, you understand the steps we're told to take, and you also understand why it doesn't work for us. You can speak about that. And there's enough evidence on my YouTube and my Facebook for you to go through. You can find some of our old friends, like Brett Roloff, who's part of the situation with Natalie. You can listen to him speaking. I got it under Brett Roloff as well as Moose. And in that, he talks about Desiree, and you know Desiree. Desiree is recorded on my YouTube channel as well. You know Christine Buhit, she's dead, but she's recorded on my channel. Anna Hunka, she used to date Rooster, you know her. She's dead, but she's on my channel. I recorded these people before they died. Ran Ingersoll, I recorded her too. In many of these situations, I recorded the actual situation. I recorded how the police treated me. I recorded how the meth dealers and meth addicts were the ones that helped me to get my stuff back when the police wouldn't do jack. I also recorded the tactics. I also showed the tactics that many of us are already well aware of. You already know when somebody is about to play victim. When you explain to them that they've done something wrong. You know which ones are sorry about it and they're going to do something to rectify it and, well, live and learn. And you also know the ones who are going to go, all right, I got to start protecting myself just in case of court stuff because I really fucked up. and then they fuck up even worse. And then that right there, that's the point where they start committing the crimes. Prior to that, they made a mistake, they confess up. It was not intentional. But when you start covering shit up, innocent people get killed. And there are a lot of people who are dead, Smoky. Some of my predators harmed a lot of other people. There's over 20 of the places that I've been to that were in the news for exactly the crimes they committed against me. But they didn't mention me. They only mentioned that those crimes were committed against others. Then, of course, there's the news articles with many of my predators. Clearview is closed down. Will and Lolatai assaulted 6 other people at least in 2018 after assaulting me in January. That's right after Natalie Bollinger was killed. That's one of a great many crimes that they were able to cover up by pressing false charges on me when they assaulted me. By dropping the charges so I couldn't get the body cam evidence. Eating up all of my money, making me go to court date after court date after court date after court first. Telling me I got to go see a public pretender on a different day than I had court because they can't meet me on the same day. Plus, I got to meet the pre-trial lady and go talk to her and meet with her. And then, of course, there's the investigators, and the investigators were always no call, no shows. 100% of the time, the investigators did not show up. This is costing me $100 per trip because I got to go to ground zero where I'm being victimized in order to go to court in those places. And I'm going to court in those places because I told on my predators. I told on Natalie Bollinger. I told on Tim Beeson. Nobody would listen. I told about it on my Facebook over and over. And when it turned out that everything that I was saying was true, that I was the one that was telling the truth, the cops and the Bollingers did everything they could to prevent me from showing that evidence. Smoky, this shows a lot of harassment and threats and intimidation against me by the American public. Dude, these people are fucking killing me. I need somebody to speak up. Just the stuff that I sent you today will take you how long to go through? Most of that's from just a few days there in the Dalles, Oregon. There's a lot more phone calls that I didn't have the ability to record like that. I had to record them a different way. I had to record them on that little clandestine audio recording device. I've got thousands of those, bud. Thousands. When people say I need to just let it go, I don't get to let it go. This has destroyed every part of my life. Every interpersonal relationship that I had. My income. My ability to take care of myself. To feed myself. To turn in any predators whatsoever. And they all use my disabilities as an excuse. They call me mentally ill. Dude, am I intelligent or am I a fucking moron who grew up under a rock in a bubble getting served by handmaidens and manservants and shit? Dude, you know me. You know me from the streets. Do I know my shit or do I know my shit? I need you to speak out, Smoky. I need your help so badly right now. In the last 6 years, as many times as I've tried to get a hold of you, the fact that you haven't left is amazing to me. And the fact that you haven't taken the time to actually call and listen and understand is also amazing to me. With you going to jail, I understand that. That sucks. If you're going to tell me that you can't help because you're in a different state, I got to tell you something. Some of my predators were able to turn me in from other states on zero evidence. I want you to keep that in mind. I have actual evidence. So you know I'm not full of shit. And for everybody else watching these videos, you know how we end them. Good to be rid of you. Thanks for coming to visit. Stay out of trouble or don't get caught. Remember, you are your brother's keeper and no victim left behind.